So now we're going to slide our little linkage that goes to the ignition switch. We're going to slide it underneath. Remember, the short end, this end right here, is what connects to the little throw arm up here on the closer end of the steering column. So it goes under here, under the shift collar, just like that. And then we rotate this into place, stick it on there, and it just drops into place. And just to give you another view of it, this is the target. This is what we're trying to feed into. So we take our little linkage, stick it up in there, and then just kind of press it into place, just like that. So now we're ready to wrench down on this part of the column and stuff it in there and get to work on some of the rest of the stuff. Okay, I've got this upper part of the steering column slid into its proper position, and now we just come in here and those 4 bolts that we took out, we just got to run those back in. And remember, the best socket for this is a 8mm metric. Okay, we got the upper part of our column reinstalled, and of course we got the ignition switch installed as well, or the linkage that goes down to the ignition switch. Next thing we need to do, actually I'll take this out. There is a little spring in there. You saw that in the other video. There's also a little washer in there. You can go ahead and stick the washer in, and the spring doesn't have to go in just yet, so we can set that aside. But now what we need to do is fish our I went and got a new turn signal switch assembly with the cord and everything, so we need to fish that through our steering column, and it goes right through there down on the bottom. I mean, you can turn this over. I'm gonna turn it over something like this so it's on top. I just wanted to show you in the proper position. This is actually the bottom, but we're gonna fish our little wiring harness through there and then move on to the next step. Okay, so it's pretty easy to thread this thing in there. It just takes a little bit of time. It's not bad, but just to get the proper orientation of this, the mechanism up here, just find your little hazard notch in the column, which lines up with that right there, and then of course down here is where your the turn signal lever goes in, and that connects to right here on the mechanism. So what you kind of want to do is make sure you get your wiring kind of level, since it's really a flat strand of wires. You get it kind of level, and you come in there and you just kind of fish it straight through. And there it is. I'll show you the other side. Reposition this. You see right here it's coming through. So it's really easy to do. And if this is all you need to replace on your ignition column, you can do this without having to take everything apart. You'll probably need to take off the mount that's down here, which is this mount right here, just to gain access. But other than that, you can fish this in and out without removing all the steering column pieces. So we'll get this bolted in and then move on to our next step.